Hello and welcome to our video on regression analysis and introduction. These are the elements that you will need for regression analysis, and many of these we've covered already. The yellow ones we have already covered, and I'm going to cover them briefly in this video. The orange ones will be a future video that you can have a look at on each of those. So to perform a full regression analysis, this would be if you were given some data, like you might be in SAC 1, a whole load of raw data, and you're asked to perform a regression analysis. These are the steps that you need to go through. So the first thing you need to do is construct a scatter plot to investigate the nature of it and the association. Good idea to write a report on it as well. Secondly, calculate the correlation coefficient, which is Pearson's R. To investigate the nature of the everything's moved a little bit. There we go. Pearson's R, calculate the correlation coefficient to indicate the strength of the relationship. The third step is to determine the equation of the regression line. I'm going to skip down to the last yellow one here, which is use the coefficient of determination, which is R squared, to indicate the predictive power of the association. The orange dot points will be covered in future videos, and you need to make sure you do those three as well, and then finally write a report on your findings. So let's have a look, quick revision on the first 4 yellow dot points. I've got some data here that I've already put into a scatter plot, and I have found Pearson's R to be negative 0.964, and we'd expect it to be a negative number because it's a negative looking graph going down towards the right hand side of the graph. And my report on this graph so far is that there is a strong negative linear association, strong because it's negative 0.9, a very high number, very close to negative 1, between age in years and cost in dollars of second-hand cars. And in my report I quote the statistic I'm using to make that judgment. So that's part 1, construct a scatter plot and write a report. I've also calculated the correlation coefficient, Pearson's R. Next step, I'm going to jump down to the coefficient of determination because it's easy to do that once you have Pearson's R. So R squared is just going to be R 0.964 squared, which works out to be 0.930, or if we turn that into a percentage, it's 93%, which is fantastic. We want it to be as high as we can. Anything less than 30% is not great, but 93% is really high. So we can write a quick report on the coefficient of determination, saying 93% of the variation in price of the second-hand cars can be explained by the variation in the ages of the cars. That's straight from the coefficient of determination. The other dot point up here is determining the equation of the regression line, and I've done that here by putting it into my calculator. This is the same scatter plot from up here. I've just graphed the equation of the line. I've used my CAS to find the equation, and you can write it out like this: price equals 35,100 take away 3,940 multiplied by age. So I'm putting the two variables in there, or you can use it as y and x. Y equals 35,100 take away 3,940 times x. Either one is applicable for, and either one will work for the regression equation. After we have the regression equation, we need to look at these 4 orange dot points, which will be in future videos. Thanks for watching this video.